In the Haftorah of this week, the Torah tells us two stories of miracles from the prophet Elisha. Obviously, these are stories of women, children. Parasha of this week tells us the story of the miraculous birth of Yitzchak, the first Jewish child born from two Jewish parents, Avraham, Yitzchak, a miracle. Sarah at the age of 90 gives birth to this Jewish miracle, to the Jewish nation, a miraculous nation. What is the story, first story at least, in the Haftorah? So the Torah tells us, Ve'isha Achas, one woman. This woman, according to tradition, was the wife of the prophet Ovadia, min bnei Anevim. Tza'aka el Elisha, she was screaming to Elisha, saying, Avdecha ishi, your servant, my husband, passed away. This woman and her husband, they saved 100 prophets from the king Achav, who was going to kill them because of the influence of his evil wife Izebel. She hid them, she nourished them, she fed them, she protected them. But the money that she used for it was borrowed. And now she says, my husband passed away. The creditors to whom I owe this money, the creditor is coming to take away my children. You must help me. Elisha turns to her and says, what do you have left in your house? Her response, nothing. Or just about nothing. A tiny drop of oil. Good, says Elisha. Go to all your friends and neighbors and whatever you have. Get as many containers, pots that you can find. Bring them into your house and start pouring the oil from the little jug that you have left until you're finished. Pouring and pouring and pouring till the last container is filled. It stopped. She goes back to Elisha. And what's now? What's now? Sell the oil, pay the creditors, and the leftovers you'll have for yourself to live off. Beautiful story, beautiful miracle. But let me ask you a question. First of all, what is the meaning of it? Further, if Elisha had to do a miracle, did he have to make a whole oil production process to get some money? Couldn't he just somehow miraculously get the money? It would be so much easier. Why this whole involvement? Why this whole process of producing oil? What does it represent? So the Alter Rebbe explains it as follows. Magnificent thought. This story is about us. Ve'isha Achas, the one woman, means the neshama, our soul. Descendants of Nevi'im. What is a Navi? The Navi is the one who hears the voice of God. And this soul comes to cry to the prophet and says, Ishi Meis. Ishi, which means my husband, but Ishi also comes from the word Eish, fire. My fire, my enthusiasm, my excitement about godliness, about my husband who is God, died in me. I have no more excitement, no more interest towards my purpose. Help me. Says Elisha, do you have anything left? And she says, nothing except for a little bit of oil. Wonderful, says Elisha. Oil is all about the essence of who we are. Take that little bit of oil. Take all the empty vessels, meaning the Torah and the mitzvahs that you do like on empty, without enthusiasm, without excitement, without meaning, without goal. Start filling them with the essence of who you are. Keep on doing it again and again and again. And slowly but surely you will see how all these empty vessels are filled with enthusiasm, with godliness. Someone walked by in front of the Rebbe and tell the Rebbe, I'm an empty vessel, ich bin a puste keli. And the Rebbe says, wonderful. Now that you're empty, at least you emptied all the evil within you. Start filling it with good things. That's what Elisha tells the neshama. Even when you feel empty, the essence of you is there. The oil is there. Start doing. Start acting. Today, if God forbid, we feel a little bit empty, we feel challenged, we don't feel enthusiasm, the environment which usually creates an enthusiasm isn't there, we can't go davening shuls with a big crowd that creates an enthusiasm, says the prophet, find your own oil, find your essence, and fill all those actions with more and more mitzvahs and more oil, and you're going to start flourishing. Not only will you pay back your debt to the Nefesh HaBahamis, you will get rid of it, but you will have what to nourish yourself. God, we have the oil. You have the oil of the Beis HaMikdash. We're going to be lighting candles today, hopefully in Yerushalayim at 4 or 5, God forbid not, 4:15 in Montreal. Let this flame of Geula shine completely.